I request everybody to kindly be seated. A few instructions for our safety and smooth conduct of the program. In the event of any emergency or fire, we are required to evacuate the building. Please evacuate quickly and immediately. Exit is on your left-hand side. Exit from the main door and gather at the designated assembly near the globe. Suzlon One Earth is a no-smoking campus. Please cooperate with the security team at Suzlon One Earth premises. Please help to maintain the order and discipline in the premises. Food must not be carried back to the hall. As soon as you move out of the auditorium, the washrooms are on the left-hand side. All are requested to be seated in the auditorium till the end of the program after the convocation procession leaves the hall. I request you all to be seated and kindly keep your phones on silent mode. Ladies and gentlemen, our guests have arrived and the convocation ceremony will begin shortly. Please be seated and kindly keep your phones on silent mode. The convocation procession is entering the auditorium. Everyone is requested to be seated. The Greek philosopher Socrates said, "Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel." Or, as our own Chanakya said, education is the best friend. Education is not just about acquiring knowledge. It's about personal growth, character development, and making a positive impact on the world. Congratulations to all the graduates. A very warm welcome and good morning to all the distinguished guests, parents, guardians, faculty members, and staff of IBS and our dear seniors. Welcome to the 27th Convocation Ceremony of IBS Pune class of 2024. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Robin Banerjee, Chairman, Nuclear Research Private Limited, and our guest of honor for the occasion, Mr. Kulwinder Singh, Chief Marketing Officer at SG Analytics. They are accompanied on the dais by our Director, Professor Jyoti Tilak, Deputy Director and Deputy Campus Head, Colonel Ram Gopal, and Deputy Director Placements, Professor Soumitra Samadar. We request our Director, Professor Jyoti Tilak, to welcome our distinguished Chief Guest, Mr. Robin Banerjee, with a bouquet of flowers. Thank you, ma'am. We now request our Deputy Director, Colonel Ram Gopal, to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Kulwinder Singh, with a bouquet of flowers. Thank you, sir. Talent and skills are the crops that are nurtured, groomed, and given the opportunity to bloom and grow. Convocation Day is the celebration of the harvest of this crop. This is a much awaited event in every student's life. It is a day of joy, a day of pride, and a day of celebration. It gives a sense of achievement and also a sense of responsibility towards fulfilling further commitments. It is a day of mixed feelings, to say goodbye to the comfort of college life and to march to the beat of the business world. It is also a proud moment for parents and guardians to witness their kin achieve yet another milestone in their life. Every auspicious occasion commences with invoking Goddess Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and wisdom. Saraswati Vandana is a beautiful and revered prayer dedicated to Goddess Saraswati. Continuing this tradition, we request our dignitaries to come forward for lighting the lamp and for the Saraswati Vandana. Request you all to rise for the Vandana.
या कुन्देदु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा जाड्या पहा शुक्ला ब्रह्म विचार सार परमा आद्यां जगत व्यापिनी वीणा पुस्तक धारिणीं भयदा जाड्यांधकारा पहा हस्ते स्फाटिक मालिका विदधती पद्मासने संस्थिता वन्दिता परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदां बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्
May Goddess Saraswati bless us with knowledge. Thank you, dignitaries. Request everyone to be seated. I request our director, Professor Jyoti Tilak, to kindly declare the convocation open.
I declare the Convocation 2024 open.
May I now request Jyoti ma'am to welcome the gathering.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to all present here this morning. Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Robin Banerjee, Guest of Honor, Mr. Kulvinder Singh, Professor Colonel Ram Gopal, Professor Smiddar, distinguished guests from the industry, academia, my fellow faculty members, non-teaching staff of IBS Pune, and above all, friends of the graduating class of IBS Pune, their proud parents and family members who made it possible to attend this convocation. I welcome you all to the Convocation 2024 of the ICFI Business School, Pune. It is a much awaited and memorable day for the students who are graduating as they begin their exciting journey into the world of business and management, which is more challenging than it has ever been before. I compliment the students of the class of 2024 who will be receiving their certificates at the hands of our illustrious guests today. Like for us at IBS Pune, it is a day of celebration and fulfillment for your parents and family members also. I'm sure that the values that you imbibed at IBS Pune, the skills that you acquired, and the resilience that you developed here will help you in distinguishing your efforts in future and in bringing you recognition and respect. I'm very happy to report to the distinguished gathering here that IBS in general and IBS Pune in particular has worked meticulously in preparing the students in every possible known way for the way ahead. We are witnessing enormous changes in the way we work, the way we live, the way we study, the way we plan, the way we invest in our future. Emerging technologies and advancements in artificial intelligence have created big questions about the future. Adapting to the emerging job market will be our biggest challenge as more and more jobs become automated. Climate change, advances in AI, premature deindustrialization, changing global geopolitical landscapes are not going to render the strategies of the past less viable and less effective, but now are going to put us on the back foot for some time. Not what, but how you think, and the ability to keep learning new skills again and again will be the best way to prepare for future. Towards this end, in addition to the regular sessions at IBS, we take many steps. First among them, we are inviting practicing professionals, industry experts as guests into our classrooms, have motivational talks, certifications, grooming sessions, case discussions, continuous interactions and counseling by industry guides, as well as alumni, and finally, the round-year efforts of the placement team to keep track of industry requirements while building relationships with companies and trying to get insights which are going to be useful in our classrooms. Our curriculum is industry-oriented and frequently updated and redesigned with the help of industry experts. Case analysis is an important tool of our pedagogy. Analysis of wide range of cases in classrooms has been aiming to hone the problem-solving and decision-making skills of our students. Group assignments and case discussions have encouraged to foster teamwork. I'm happy to inform the gathering here that IBS continues to remain one of the largest contributors of cases to the Case Study UK. And Case Study UK is a depository of more than 60,000 cases of proprietary nature, and IBS contributes almost 10% of the cases, only next to HBS and INSEAD. Among other things, exposure to real working of the industry through a 14-week summer internship program, which is perhaps the longest internship program in India, mentoring by distinguished faculty, corporate relations team, working around the year, and regular stream of industry managers to the campus to interact with our students are testimony to the fact that IBS Pune leaves no stone unturned in grooming our students. Our faculty guides also visit companies during the internships to monitor the progress and understand the pulse of the industry. The program culminates with the evaluations of SIP by our alumni, and we also award the best SIPs. For the class of 2024, 6 prizes each of rupees 10,000 were awarded for best SIPs. In addition to the domain-specific courses, each student goes through 120 hours of training and practice in the area of personal effectiveness and soft skills. On the strength of these initiatives, we have close to 95% placement this year and more than 95% placement continuously for the past 5 years. More than 150 companies have participated in our campus placements this year. IBS Pune has also conducted 15 certification courses for senior batches. All the students have enrolled for a minimum of 1 certification per semester, and the syllabus for the same was designed carefully with not just the help of faculty, but industry experts. Certifications were done in Power BI, analytics, HR analytics, Tableau, selling skills, English language, labor laws, etc. For more than 25 years, IBS Pune has grown gradually, and we have been recognized widely. But the biggest recognition is the thumbs up that we receive from our students. The dignitaries present here will be happy to note that our student intake through alumni referrals has been growing continuously, especially after the way the school responded to the challenges of the pandemic and delivered as promised without compromising on quality education and placements. This is also an occasion to remember fondly our founder, late Shri N.J. Yashasvi. His vision and untiring efforts have created the family of ICFI, consisting of 11 universities and 9 B schools, 7 tech schools, 6 law schools, and an alumni count touching more than 70%. As some of you would be joining the family after this convocation, I pay my respects most humbly and respectfully to our great founder and his work, which has been an inspiration for all of us. I'm also happy to report to the honorable guests and the distinguished gathering here that for the class of 2025, which has joined IBS Pune campuses, 256 students have been admitted. Almost 30% of them are engineering graduates. Almost 35% of them are girl students. We feel a sense of pride to see today our students leave us to embark on their onward exciting journey. Dear students, you are beginning your professional journey. You are coming out of the protection that you have received from your families so far, both figuratively and financially. Soon you will find that working in the industry is like living in a different world altogether. There will be far greater responsibilities on you, and expectations from you. You should be prepared for it. We are confident that we have trained you to meet these challenges. What you learned yesterday can be unlearned today, and new things will be learned tomorrow. You should be ready to do this by being on your toes. The challenges that you will face will be different and mightier than what your seniors would have had to handle when they started. But our moral north will ensure that you will become an efficient manager, not just a competent one. Keep the faith and the inner sense of self ahead of all that you do in your personal and professional areas. Remember that you are at a very critical and interesting phase in history. You are the ones who can participate in leading the change required to make this transition. Please follow through. You are armed with the good wishes and blessings of your teachers, staff, and family. Bring glory and happiness to yourself, your family, your institute, and above all, your country. I wish to inform the honorable guests today that we would have close to 120 students of the class of 2024 to receive their awards today. Request you to kindly bless them with your good wishes. I once again congratulate the class of 2024 and welcome this distinguished gathering to the convocation. Thank you. God bless. Jai Hind.
Thank you, madam. It is always an inspiration to listen to you. The achievements of IBS Pune that you have talked about make us feel very proud of our institute. We are sure the graduating batch will keep your words in mind while on their journey to an illustrious future. We take great pride in welcoming the guest of honor for today's event, Mr. Kulwinder Singh. With almost 30 years of experience, Mr. Kulwinder Singh has spearheaded high-performing C-level marketing, strategy, and business development initiatives. He has left his mark on industry giants like Tech Mahindra, Cinecron, Cadila, and Edifex across diverse sectors like technology, pharmaceuticals, healthcare, and financial services. A master at forging brand assets, pinpointing new markets, and achieving sustainable growth. Sir leverages research-driven strategies to deliver long-term competitive advantages and financial successes. A seamless collaborator, Mr. Kulwinder boasts cross-functional expertise in category creation, business and product strategy, brand innovation, demand generation, market expansion, and intelligence. Sir is presently the Chief Marketing Officer with SG Analytics. Before this, he has a rich experience in various roles with many prestigious companies, which include Chief Communication Officer and Chief Human Resources Officer with Cadila Pharmaceuticals Limited, Senior Director Marketing and Communication with Edifex, Senior Director Marketing and Digital Communications with Cinecron, Head of Business Development and Marketing with Scribble Media and Entertainment Private Limited, Global Marketing and Communication Head with Tech Mahindra, and many more. Sir's educational qualifications include Certificate of Global Business Leadership from Harvard Business School, Postgraduate Diploma in General Management, Business Administration and Management from MIT School of Business, and Postgraduate Diploma in Marketing Management from MIT School of Business. Sir, may we request you to share your thoughts with us on this special occasion.
Thank you very much for the intro. Thank you, ma'am, and all the distinguished people on the dais, and some phenomenal people looking so beautiful. So I was approached about a couple of weeks back to speak with you guys. And I was wondering, I said, people who are achievers, people who are dreamers, people who want to take on the world, what would I tell them in 10 minutes? And marketeers, marketeers are a gift to the mankind. Do you guys agree? Yeah, at least marketeers should shout out for that. Yeah, I took a shortcut. I spoke to my daughter and my son, who are probably your age, 23 and 21. I said, if I were to speak to you guys who are receiving a thing that they were looking for, what would they like to hear? Some global gyan? Some tips? Some success mantras? So they said, no, that YouTube is full of that. And they have that all the time with them. So what is that you're going to tell them? So I said, but I need to impress them. I have only 12 minutes. And I want them to remember me for lifetime. Because this moment, this ceremony is for the lifetime. And I was kind of digging about it, thinking about it. I was talking to my colleagues. And then I spoke to my better half. They generally know you well. People who are married would know that. And she said, talk about the failures that you had in your life. And I was wondering, I said, really? I want to impress them. And I should talk about my failures? Will they remember me as a person who was successful or the person who was a failure? She said, if you really want to be remembered, talk about the real things. So I'm going to talk about very unconventional for a convocation ceremony that where I failed. And I want to tell you that failure is part of my life. I fail every week, I fail every month, I fail every year. I've been failing for 25 years. But has that stopped me? I'm healthy, and I'm good. If one were to use, are you there? Have you done it? So probably Banerjee sir would agree with that part. Yeah, probably you got 7 on 10. So I failed. First failure that I remember. I was born in armed forces background. My dad was in Air Force, not flying aircraft, but ensuring the pilots fly safely. And I used to travel to different part of the country in a train about 30, 40 years ago. So I thought train driver's job is the best job. And that was my aspiration. For next 3-4 years, I always thought I will become the best train driver in the world. By the time I reached 7th or 8th grade, my dad told me, koila hota hai, kale ho jaoge. It's not the best paid job. Do something else. You learn football. Why don't you become a footballer? I started playing football, played nationals for 3 years, and suddenly felt that's not probably the best job, which means I failed again. First, train driver. Second, a footballer. 11th, 12th, I thought teaching is the best job that I must take up. But I was scoring very poorly. So a good B school, a good school would not take a teacher who's not scoring well. And I failed. So I gave up saying, I'm going to become a teacher. Then came a thing in my mind. I said, my dad in the Air Force, why don't I fly aircrafts? It's an easy job. Yeah? How many of you think that flying aircraft is an easy job? Yeah. It is actually easier than driving a car. I mean it. People who actually, and Colonel Sir sitting here who've been an aviator would tell you, if you know it, if you get it, it is easier than actually driving a car. And I kind of appeared in a test. There's a test called PABT, Pilot Aptitude Battery Test. And guess what happened? You guys know it. I failed. That's a test that you can appear once in a lifetime. You can never be a pilot in Indian Air Force, if you fail that test. I failed. And what I did after that, when I failed, I thought my world was crumbling. The whole thing came in a different mind. And I was wondering, ab karna kya hai? I know not many of you will relate to that because you guys are more intelligent, smarter than what I was at that age. You have more privileges, you have more better friends. So I was talking to my mom. And in typical Punjabi, she said, "Tu bolda changa hega," which means you speak well. "Tu likhda changa hega," which means you write well. "Journalist ban ja." माँ ने कहा, मैंने मान लिया. I end up becoming a journalist in Indian Express, and I start writing. Every day I think that if my name going to come there, Kulwinder Singh in Indian Express, I will get that high kick. And I used to walk 6 feet above the ground in the city of Mumbai. I have arrived. मेरा नाम, मेरी story आज publish हुई. But in about 4 years, I happened to meet my better half. And I don't know how many of you will relate to that. Punjabis are very pompous people. Very, very pompous. Yeah, people who know that, they probably you're laughing their heart, you know. We kind of show a little more than what we are. Not little, a lot. We speak more than what we are. We treat people than what our haisiyat is. Okay? We spend more than what we earn. So we are very pompous. Apparently, my better half was earning more than me. Almost the double of my compensation. And I was wondering, I said, being a journalist, you're going to marry a woman who's earning double of your comp. मतलब घर में मेरी तो इज्जत चली जाएगी बिल्कुल. मेरी माँ क्या कहने वाली है? अब I have agreed, I have decided. What is she going to tell me? So I said, take help from the person who is earning more than you. She knows more things than you. I asked her, what should I do? She said, take up PR job. You're good. अच्छा बोल लेते हो, अच्छा लिख लेते हो. Relationship अच्छे रहते हैं. Public relation is a good job. You're a journalist, you understand that. I took up that job. Did that for 3 years, where I was serving clients, corporate clients, taking them for their IPO journey, getting them out there in terms of messaging, getting the profiles right. Then I met somebody who's equally interesting and being a mentor to me for my last, I would say, 20 years. He said, you do write well, you speak well. Why don't you join a corporate communication team? I said, ठीक है, अच्छी बात है. आप पैसे ज़्यादा देंगे, मैं आ जाऊँगा. How many of you relate to that? I did the right thing. Yeah, I'm sure all of us relate to that. And I said, skills which are required, I have it. And they're going to pay me more, I'm going to do that. I joined the COPCOM, which is internally you look at what the news that we want to share, what the facts, the story that you want to share with masses, which could be investors, stakeholders, customers, prospects, students at large. Did about 3 years, 4 years. Somebody said, why don't you do marketing communication? I said, okay, that's good. I think focus on customers. So long story short, I end up becoming a marketeer, doing 9 professions, 9 jobs, 11 jobs, but 9 professions, very different professions, including being a CHRO, okay? And now you must be wondering, you need to study HR. Did you study HR? Well, I'll say, yeah, not formally, but I study people. I work with them, I deal with them, and boss thought that that's a great skill to have. So that was one part. I wanted to talk about failure, But I end up talking about not the failures. That's the beauty of marketeers. They can weave the story from failure, and they took it success so that you guys can remember Kulwinder in the manner that you need to remember. But I'll stick to that failure part. When I said I fail every week, my job is to bring customers in. My job is to build the pipeline of my company. I need to go into new geographies, new line of businesses, where I need to showcase my products and services to them. Generally, come up with about 8 or 9 ideas that these are the approaches we'll take. Guess how many don't work out of those 8 or 9 in a year's time? Any guess, any wild guess? From 8 strategies, how many don't work? Any? Loud? 5? Okay, good number. Yeah? 7. Very lucky number. My mom told me, right? 7 number बहुत lucky है. Huh? Yeah. So 7 is the generally number. 6 or 7 ideas will not work. But one idea would be the bazooka idea. That will cover up for all the losses that you have it for those 6 or 7. So does that deter you, stop you from thinking and next year building a new strategy? No. It doesn't. Should I be kind of thinking, saying, that was a great idea, and I gave up everything. We put money behind it, and it didn't resonate with people. I don't know why people didn't respond to that LinkedIn ad that we ran or the campaign that we did. And I can tell you, the world that you guys have already part of, this is going to come to you more often than what it has come in the past. Are you guys prepared? Are you? I can't hear it, ma'am. Let's bring at least the ceiling down if you need to say it properly. Are you guys prepared? Yes. Are you guys prepared to fail? Yes. Some of you guys hesitated. नहीं, मम्मी पीछे बैठी हैं. ऐसे कैसे बोल दूं मैं? You know, my mom told me, saying, शेर बच्चा है वो तो आगे जाएगा. शेर बेटी है मेरी. नहीं. Whether you like it or not, it's going to come to you. Whether you like it or not, whether you choose it or not, it's going to come to you. Whether you anticipate or not, it's going to come to you. It's going to give you a surprise, because that's life. It's going to bring that surprise. It's going to throw that curveball at you, especially when you're least expecting it. So these 2 things, and I'm going to wind up now. Failure, embrace it. It's okay. Failures are not breakdowns. Failures are breakthroughs. It gives you an opportunity to revisit, rethink, revitalize, re-strategize, saying what went wrong. And if you think you're not going to fail, and you have never failed, then I would say that you haven't tried your best effort. You haven't tried your best effort. I'm sure all of you guys follow cricket. A couple of years back, or 3 or 4 years ago, in England, there was a World Cup match. We were playing against New Zealand. You guys remember? You guys remember who's a superstar for us? His name is MS Dhoni. He got run out. You guys remember that? What was he doing? He was attempting a second run, which wasn't there. But he was trying. There was a chance that he would have made it, he would have won the World Cup. But it didn't. Has that deterred him from playing cricket? Did he stop playing that? No. I'm sure all of you guys remember that, and I'm sure it will stay with you guys. Second, before again, I must close now. Meeting people and remembering people. When I told you a story, I did PR, I did journalism, I did communication, I met somebody out there, somebody told me. If you are willing to learn and listen, these are two separate skills. Listen. If somebody says something, probably a feedback, advice, suggestion. If you're listening, believe me, 7 out of 10 people will give you something which is for your good. 3 people, you can neutralize it. You can evaluate, because we have a rational mind, we always evaluate why somebody is helping us in this manner, why somebody is suggesting it. But 7 out of 10 people will kind of give you advice that will work for you. For that, you have to meet good people, and you have to keep those good people. So the person who told me that I should become a PR person from journalism is still on my phone. And actually the person who told me that I should become a teacher as well, the teacher, her name is Urchula Kashyap, is on my phone. I do kind of call her once in 6 months, and I tell her that you were the one who told me that I should become a teacher. And then she says, good, you're not. and I tell her, I'm not done yet. There are some more years to go, probably another 4 or 5 years, so who knows? But these are some words that I thought of putting it. I had a lot, but I thought this is enough for all of us to digest and remember. And I wish you guys a phenomenal career, success in all the aspects. Financially, I know this brings a smile on your face. Everybody wants that. But there's going to be a long haul. I'm sure you guys know that. And all the people who have taught you guys, or your parents would have told you that. There is a long haul for that. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, I feel that you guys should stay on course with your goals. And success is going to come around. It's not a thing. It's not a thing which is there. It comes to you if you put those efforts in the right direction. Again, thank you very much, ma'am. And thank you very much being patient listeners. Thank you very much, parents. I will be sitting there as well in a couple of years when my kids will graduate. And I will probably hear some gentleman or some lady out there saying the same things to me. Again, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Your words of wisdom have been incredibly beneficial and truly inspiring for all present. Indeed, overcoming failures and succeeding, not with doubt, but in spite of all the failures, is what will take us to great heights in life. Thank you so much, sir. We take immense pride in welcoming our honorable chief guest for today's event, Mr. Robin Banerjee. Mr. Robin Banerjee is currently the chairman of Nucleon Research Private Limited, a global clinical research company. He was earlier the managing director of Caprihans India Limited for over 10 years. Prior to that, he had held several leadership positions in India and abroad, which included Hindustan Unilever as general manager, ArcelorMittal Germany as managing director, Thomas Cook as executive director, SR Steel as executive director, and Suzlon Energy as group CFO and member of global boards. Sir is a MCom, chartered accountant, cost accountant, and company secretary. He holds several board positions, including the Board of Studies for Independent Directors, Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, and the SME Chamber of India. Currently, he is the Vice President of the EU Chamber of Commerce. He was the immediate past chairman of CII, Maharashtra State Council, and the past chairman of CII for Corporate Governance and ESG. Sir has recently received 2 Hall of Fame awards. They are for finance from CFO India magazine and for manufacturing from Manufacturing Today magazine. He has written 3 business non-fiction bestsellers. They are Corporate Frauds, Bigger, Broader, Bolder, Who Blunders and How, Who Cheats and How. Mr. Robin Banerjee loves to play badminton and table tennis and is a keen fitness enthusiast. Sir, we are honored to have you with us, and I invite you to give the convocation address.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful day. A day which you always remember. A day, perhaps, most of you, maybe all of you, we are hoping to come one day, and that's today. All of you, all you students, are at the threshold of your life. It's a tipping point. It's a point, in fact, there is no return. I loved what Gulwinder said, that mistakes. Think of your life. How did you start to walk? How many times when you were a baby, you fell, you fumbled, and your mom or dad picked you up and let you walk again? If you know how to ride a bicycle, how many times have you fallen? And if you were not bothered about those mistakes of falling and learning from all the mistakes, how would you ever ride a bicycle? In fact, I was also wondering that what is it that one should speak in a convocation speech? If you open your WhatsApp, mobile, YouTubes, there are hundreds of convocation speeches. Some of them goes viral, including the recent one which Roger Federer spoke and gave a wonderful convocation speech of how, as a tennis player, he learned 3 things. So, because all of you are sitting and standing, or at least being there at a time when some new things are going to happen, I thought that I would say something which is not in Google Auntie. You know, Google Auntie knows everything. And why do you have to come here to listen to people like us? I would provide some, well, I shouldn't say tips, but the ones which I have learned in my life as to how, as a young person, what is it that you should know and aspire for. So I divide this whole spectrum of your character, of your ability, into 2 parts. The soft part and the hard part. The soft parts, each one of us can pick up because it's soft. It's something which all of us can do. The hard part is something perhaps you will have to aspire for, learn, study, practice. But let me take you the soft part first. When I want to talk to you about what I believe, you guys, young, future of not only the country, the world, and the mankind, I am reminded of a story which you may have heard, the story of the jungle. And the story of the jungle is who is a jungle king. And perhaps you are aware of the story, but still it really makes a very strong point. The jungle, who is the jungle king? We all know lion is a jungle king. But have you thought of why is lion the jungle king? Why? Why should the lion be? Why not anyone else? Lion is not the tallest animal. Giraffe is. Lion is not the heaviest animal. Hippopotamus is. Lion is not the biggest animal. The elephant is. Lion is not the fastest animal. The cheetah is. Lion is not the most intelligent animal. The jackal or the monkey is. If lion is good for nothing, why the hell lion is the jungle king? And that brings to the point of another little story. As to let us assume the lion faces in the jungle an elephant. An elephant looking at the lion down below. If a lion and an elephant faces face to face, what do you think they are thinking? What is lion thinking? What is elephant thinking? They are facing face to face. Elephant at the top, lion at the bottom. You know what elephant is thinking? Elephant is thinking, how do I run away? My goodness, how the hell can I run away? And you know what lion is thinking? The lion is thinking one word, lunch. ये मिल गया तो next 7 days कुछ problem नहीं है. हमारा खाना सब तैयार. Elephant is thinking defeat. Lion is thinking victory. How does this happen? Lion is the jungle king who is not anything, any of those top characteristics which an animal should have in a jungle. And when facing an elephant, is actually thinking of lunch. There is one word, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's called the attitude. Positive attitude. The lion knows that unless I kill something, I will not be able to eat for next 7 days. And that attitude takes that animal, gives him or her the victory. In life, as you go along, your boss is going to tell you to do a lot of things. Believe me, 7 out of 10 you will hate to do. It's not a 10 out of 10 you will love to do. It is just 7 out of 10, 8 of 10 you will hate to do. But it is those 7 stuffs which you hated to do, and you could do it. It's called attitude. It's a positive attitude. So your first skill, ladies and gentlemen, when you go off to this room, just tell yourself, I can do it. That's called attitude. The second is all about bearing. You know what is bearing? Bearing is it is demeanor. How do you treat yourself? How do you dress? And it all comes down to, you know what? How do you smell? Yes. You may not like it to hear that. Many of us would dress properly, but smell awful. Never ever forget your mouthwash. Listerine is the best. Never ever forget your deodorizer. आजकल तो फॉग चलता है. So, demeanor, your bearing. Please, men, cut your hair and shave every day. The women, please dress properly. No pompousness. Dress properly, smell properly, and not only properly, exceedingly well, especially when you go for your interview. Just don't think, oh, ठीक है तो मैं तो एक ICF ऐसे पास कर रही है, कुछ भी नौकरी मिल जाएगा. नहीं होता लाइफ में. Bearing. The third, you know, in life, you are all management graduates. It's all about selling yourself. You have to sell yourself. How do you sell yourself? The most important place where you sell yourself is the interview board. You have those 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to sell yourself. And how do you sell? You sell because you are able to communicate. If you can't communicate, the other person doesn't know whether you know anything at all or not. Communication. Your written communication and oral communication. If you cannot communicate, you cannot be successful. Most of us, management graduates, especially in India, management graduates, you do learn how to communicate because you people have a pedagogy way of learning. But many of us, I'm a chartered accountant by education qualification, among some others. There was no communication skills in our education curriculum. You must be able to communicate well. Nowadays, your communication is through emails. Don't write incorrect English. You have to be grammatically correct. And I have noticed very senior people don't even know how to write one sentence correctly. You also need to know how to make a PowerPoint presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, PowerPoint presentation in one slide, you know what? Don't have more than one sentence. Yes, one sentence per PowerPoint, maybe two. No one gives a damn to read all that what you're writing in the PowerPoint presentation. So the third skill which you must pick up is communication. The next one perhaps is not talked about. And I believe I've learned a lot on that. That is called discretion. Don't speak out where you need not speak. This mouth, this tongue is the worst animal. Once you say something, you can't take it back. Oh, I'm sorry. Doesn't work. You've said it. Oh, galti ho gaya. Doesn't work. Discretion. You must have, hold, and practice discretion. Everything, there is a word called, you must be politically correct. You say, no, मैं तो कुछ भी बोल देता हूँ. You know, मन में आता है तो बोल देता हूँ. It doesn't work. मन में आता है, you can't say. No. मन में आता है तो मन में रख लो. You have to be discretionary. You should know where you are speaking, whom you are speaking, and what's the ultimate outcome of what you spoke. And the last soft skill, of course there are hundreds and thousands of it, Google Auntie knows it all. In my view, which is very important, my dear boys and girls, to practice, is ethics. You have to be honest. You have to be ethical. You can't be dishonest. You can't be lying. You can't be saying that मैं तो उसको उल्लू बना दिया. Doesn't work. उल्लू आप बन जाओगे. Ethics. Nothing works unless you are ethical. In interview boards, believe me, skillful HR people, like Ulvinda was, they understand whether you are ethical, whether you are willing to cut corners or not. I told you 5 soft skills. I'll just summarize quickly for that. Attitude, bearing, you must have a good demeanor. Communication skills, no substitute for that. Exercise discretion. There's no way you can say whatever you want, wherever you want. And please be ethical. You will say, but how do I remember this? So many, 5 of them, so complicated. But I have 6 others, by the way. A for attitude, B for bearing, C for communication, D for discretion, E for ethics, A, B, C, D, E of life, ladies and gentlemen. Simple, isn't it? So that's are your soft skills. Please practice, you shall be a winner. But I have to give you the hard skills. I was told 25 minutes, so I think I still have some times. And I'll borrow 2 minutes from him. And I must tell you this, the hard skills, what I have learned, which you guys must know, so that you are really successful. 6 of them. And I'll help you to remember. Don't worry, it's not complicated. The way I have remembered, you will also remember. The first skill, it's not in order of priority, but I believe when I'm speaking to the ICFI Business School, I think a skill which all of you, each manager, now whom am I talking to? You people are all managers. And I believe you people have to focus on occupying the corner office. Who occupies the corner office? The CEO. You must become the CEO. And you can, because you have the capability, you are here. The skill which you must know is finance. You have to know money. I know I'm speaking to ICFA Business School, so you understand finance, but what in finance should you know? Not too much. Unless you're an accountant yourself, You don't have to prepare a profit and loss account balance sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, what you need to know is how to read a profit and loss account and balance sheet. You don't have to be an author to write a book. You need to read a book. All of us cannot write a book, but each one have to say, at least I know how to read a book. How can you say, no, I'm not an author. How can I read a book? No. You need to read a book. You need not write a book. You must be able, you are business managers, you must be able to read a profit and loss account and balance sheet. Hopefully all of you can. And the second skill which you must know, how to raise money. Paisa kahan se milega? There are only two sources, ladies and gentlemen, of raising money. There is no third source. There are finance professors sitting here. There are only two sources. Equity, which is capital. Owner's money, which is called capital. Another is debt, loans. There is no third source. So you should know how to raise money. Of course, how to utilize it. And the third, how have you done by reading a profit and loss account balance sheet? Maybe I'm making it too simple, but you have to have financial skills. You have become a manager to make money for your employer. You have become a manager for your business to make money. If you don't know how the hell am I making money, am I making adequate money, enough money, you have no business to be a manager. First, so finance. The second skill which you have to know and learn, and I hope you have learned in this business school, is operations. You have to deliver. No bhashanbaji, no strategy, no vision statement. You have to deliver. You know, wherever you are staying, over here itself, in Magarpatta, in Hadapsar, for every year, out of 10 restaurants which opens up every year, have you noticed 7 of them have closes down? Every year, within 18 months it closes down. 7 out of 10 new restaurants closes down. It is true here, it is true wherever you are in the world. Why? Because when you went to the restaurant first time, when the restaurant was newly opened, you got fantastic product. Great food, great idli. Idli was soft, nice, fluffy. The owner was sitting there asking you, "Hey, madam, sir, how was the idli?" You got great service, great product. After 1 year you go, the idli has become harder. The owner is missing, he or she is no longer there. And perhaps the AC is not cooling as much. And of course, the service would have deteriorated. Why? Operations. They could not continue the operations well. They could not deliver what they were supposed to do. It's all about delivery. If you are a manufacturing company, you must get your products on time, your raw materials on time. You have to deliver your products on time. The customers must get the products on time. You have to have every operation lined up. You are in software industry, GCC we just talked about. You have to deliver on time. Your operations have to be on time. There is no option. You can't say, you know what, I'm a business school manager, operation dusra koi karta hai. Nahin. Each one of us are responsible for operations. So finance, operations. The next, you must understand, why do you exist? What is your USP, unique selling proposition? You have a business, but why does business exist? You have to communicate. You have to first figure out, what is my USP? What is that one thing or two things I do differently? What is my USP? Which means you have to be a marketeer and a seller of what you do the best. You have to be able to communicate your product or service. You have to communicate, this is the USP, this is what I exist. Why do you think Nokia phone mobile doesn't exist anymore? Because they could not say what is their USP. Why do you think BlackBerry doesn't exist anymore? Because they couldn't communicate their USP anymore. They didn't have an USP. It's all dead. So is the Kodak camera. When I was a kid, I used to use Kodak camera. It doesn't exist today. Where is Kodak camera? They couldn't communicate and continue with what their USP is. So, which USP essentially means your sales and marketing. You have to distinguish yourself. What is special for me? So finance, operations, USP. The next one, the fourth one, perhaps you have not been taught. Madam, I don't know whether you guys are teaching it. Perhaps you are not learning, and you must know this. A business manager must know the fourth skill. That's called risk management. Everything has risks. There's nothing on this earth which has not risk. When you were coming, all of you traveled by either an auto or a taxi or a car or whatever. You came here. You took risk. You took risk. You may not have been able to come on time. You took risk because, okay, let's see whether anything happens there. You all went through this 2 years course. You took risk, saying that, let me see, maybe I see a business school. If I go for the management program, I'll get a better jobs. It's risk. In business, risks. You have a customer may not buy the next time. You have a product, somebody from imports and doesn't sell to you anymore. There is no market. Suddenly the dollar-rupee parity changes. The product which you were importing is not worth anymore. Risk all the time. Every day, every moment there are risks. You must know what are those risks, how to mitigate the risk. Identify risks and mitigation of risk. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, at your level of your life, you have to think of risk management. Your employer is trying to think out, does he or she know how to manage risks? They will not tell you, but that's how life is. Risk management. The next one, all of you talk about it all the time today in the modern world. It's called technology. We are always talking about ChatGPT. Will ChatGPT take your jobs? No, it will not take your jobs. It will not take your jobs, but yes, if you're not good, then jobs will go. So ChatGPT is going to do all the menial work. Perhaps the good work will be done by you and me. But technology, you have to understand. Now here, technology doesn't mean that software in your mobile. Some of you are software experts, I'm sure. That's not only technology. Technology also means equipments. What is that equipment? What is the machinery we should buy, procure, use to manufacture or produce? What is that software and hardware we should have to make a difference? How do I improve the technology to make things work? Now, assuming for a moment you join as a HR department in a company. You joined in an HR department of whatever, maybe a Cognizant is here. You may have joined Suzlon, for instance. And if you're in the HR department, you can't tell your boss, you know what, I don't understand how the wind turbine functions. You can't say that. You have to understand how the wind turbine works. You must understand the technology. They're not asking to be an engineer, but you have to understand the technology. If you cannot understand technology, believe me, you will become irrelevant very soon. Whether you are in HR, marketing, IT, finance, doesn't matter. Of course, I just heard 35% of your engineers, of course you understand technology. But please understand the technology, the relevant technology. And the last hard skill, which all of us must have, there is no substitute. It is last but not the least, is human resource. You are as good as your people. You are as good as your people. Believe me, what is a manager? Who is a manager? What is a manager? Who is a manager? Have you ever heard who is a manager? A manager is a person who manages someone else. That is manager. A manager manages risks. A manager manages ethical way of doing business. You need to manage people. Many of you are aware that, okay, not many, all of you are aware that if you are successful, which you are, you have high IQ because you have intelligence quotient. But that's good. IQ is all good. But what you need to have is something called EQ, emotional quotient. You know what is emotional quotient? One sentence, emotional quotient means the ability to deal with other human beings. The ability to deal with other human beings. You can never, ever be successful in your life unless others love you. A lot of us say, nobody loves me. But why will nobody love you? Do you love others? That's most important. You have to have ability to deal with others. Everyone should be able to love you, be nice to you, be with you, and love your company. You have to have a very high EQ. HR, Human resource management, you have to, irrespective, you are in finance, IT, marketing, doesn't matter. You have to manage people. Every human being, every manager of a company is an HR manager. It is a human resource CHRO or human resource department who is just making your salaries, giving you training, recruiting. But what you guys are doing is actually managing people. So the six hard skills. You must understand basics of finance, which I suppose you people must be having, understanding. Don't forget about operations. It is all about delivery. Strategy is all good, vision is fine, but unless you deliver, nothing will happen. Unique selling proposition. You have to identify what is it that my customer buys from. Why does that customer come to me again and again? You have to distinguish yourself and be able to communicate that. That's called sales and marketing. Risk management, ladies and gentlemen, it's not taught much. It is not spoken much. But it is very important that you need to understand what is risk management, how to identify risk and mitigate risks. Technology, jahan bhi ho, kahe bhi ho, please understand technology. In any case, with chat GPTs and GPTs coming in the world, technology is on our mind for sure, but the technology is much more than that. And human resources. You are as good as your people. Now, how do you summarize all this? F for finance, O for operations, U for unique selling proposition, R for risk management, T for technology, and H for human resources. Just remember, fourth, F-O-U-R-T-H, Industrial 4.0, this is now fourth industrial revolution. Remember the fourth, and you are done. To summarize, the soft skills and hard skills. These are something which I thought I have learned in my life to make a difference. Please, A, B, C, D, E, have a positive attitude, a positive bearing. Communication, you have to learn and know how to communicate. Be discretionary. Don't start misbehaving wherever you want. And be ethical. A, B, C, D, E. And as regards the hard skills are concerned, finance, operations, unique selling proposition, risk management, technology, and human resources. 11 of them, hopefully not too much, because the acronym I've given. Ladies and gentlemen, each one of you, believe me, each one of you can occupy the corner room. When I was a kid, I didn't have food to eat. I didn't have books to read. I didn't have shoes to wear. But still, with God's grace, got the corner office for the last 20 years. Each one of you can be. Thank you. God bless you all. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. We are all motivated by your talk. Thank you for the ABCDE of life. It is surely the mantra to success. Ladies and gentlemen, the college yearbook is a cherished collection of memories from the college days. It is, for any students, a prized possession whose value only increases with the passing years. We now request the dignitaries on the dais to unveil the yearbook 2024. There is a copy of the yearbook for every one of you. It will be given to you at the end of the convocation. आज का दिन आपकी मेहनत और समर्पण का प्रतिफल है. आप सभी को आपके उज्जवल भविष्य के लिए ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं. Congratulations to all of you on this significant occasion. As you are about to receive your certificates, we take pride in your achievements. You have demonstrated hard work, dedication, and discipline. This certificate is a testament to your efforts and accomplishments. We believe that you will reach even greater heights in the future. May I request our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Robin Banerjee, our guest of honor, Mr. Kulvinder Singh, Professor Jyoti Tilak, Colonel Ram Gopal, and Professor Soumitra Samadar to step forward to present the certificates. I request Mr. Robin Banerjee to distribute the first set of certificates. May I call upon stage Shivani Shikha. Gauri Rani Das Gupta. Abhishek Rathore. Amisha Srivastava. Shivam Valecha. Srini Sharma. Kunika Mahade. Chitesh Avasthi. Kashmira Sarode. Sahil Deochake. Yuvraj Singh. Sumit Saharkar. Vaishnavi Shukla. Sanket Wankhede. Shweta Yadav. Khushbu Verma. Guys, please give a huge round of applause. Khanjanika Chetia. Sarth Patel. Snehal Shirke. Muskan Rastogi. Raksha Thakur. Rasika Pandey. Mrunmay Nande. Sugandh Gupta. Kumar Shivam. Please give a huge round of applause. Arfa Jerry. Shashant Panchal. Omkar Sindekar. Shruti Bhatt. Arya Paritkar. Thank you, sir. May I request Mr. Kulvinder Singh to distribute the next set of certificates. Purva Paritkar. Nidhi Agrawal. स्नेह सुमन, साक्षी चौहान. Please give a huge round of applause. Karthik Reddy. निनाद अग्निहोत्री. पीयूष कुमार. सुरुचि कुमारी. सृष्टि अग्रवाल. परम पटेल. श्वेता चौधरी. आदर्श पटनायक. संचित कावले. नंद नायर. शेरन बैनी. अमन सिंह. आकांक्षा वर्मा. अंकुश हेड़ाओ. स्वाति सिंह. यशवंत कुमार, तुषार जूतोड़े, अर्नव सेन गुप्ता, शुभोमय दास, गीत अजमानी, दिवांशु ठक्कर, प्रतिभा त्रिपाठी, नितेश मंडल, पवन कुमार शॉ, अभिषेक शॉ, मोनालिसा बेरा, Thank you, sir.
May I request Professor Jyoti Tilak to distribute the next set of certificates. Kanchan Bagul. Cheer for your friends, guys. This is a major life story. Mayank Gulati. Naveen Kumar. Nirmala Yadav. Neha Harne. Mansi Bari. Upasna Bhol. Anshuli Gupta. Arijit Devnath. Shashwat Sharma. Keep on cheering, guys. Shashank Agarwal. Disha Bhavsar. Deepjyoti Roy. Ipshita Mohanty. Smriti Maurya. Priyanka Tiwari. Ananya. Ananya. Shoaib Pathan. Rupantar. Pranshul Gupta. Yashkirti Mool. Palak Gupta. Sahil Singh. Ishan Pillai. Gitesh Jain. Shruti Shakpal. Keep on cheering, guys. Ritankar De. Harsh Bhagwe. Smriti Chauhan. Nilanjana Roy. Thank you, ma'am. May I request Colonel Ram Gopal to distribute the next set of certificates? May I request Colonel Ram Gopal to distribute the next set of certificates? Apurva Mohite. Rucha Thorat. Yashika Parashar. Mehak Agarwal. Sneha Somvanshi. Shubhang Tiwari. गिरिजा शंकर विश्वकर्मा. सिद्धांत सपकाले. मोहित गुप्ता. कौशिकी घोष. ओमकार मावले, keep on cheering guys. भावना सहाय, आकाश त्यागी, हर्षित सिंह, इराबान देव, निकोल सिरोजो, योगेश गुप्ता, वर्षा कुमारी, प्रिया गुप्ता, प्रियाशा कुमारी, सरनीत सिंह, सुष्मिता महंता, दीपशुमन साहू, हिमांशु प्रधान, रूपा नायर, अंशु मैरी एल्बर्ट, स्वप्निल गुप्ता, आशा टोपनो, Pragya Bhatnagar. Mandar Patil. Thank you, sir.
I request Professor Soumitra Samadar to distribute the last set of certificates. Sanjana Soni. Ritik Raj. Deepak Reddy. Abhinav Prakash. Sonu Kumar. Deepak Nishad. Rohit Soni. Surbhi Sharma. Ashutosh Khamari. Keep cheering for your friends, guys. Shraddha Jain. Stuti Arpita. काजल कोलेकर. मौसमी भेंडारकर. प्रतीक शुक्ला. उर्वशी सोमनानी. श्रिया खंडेलवाल. Pratiksha Kothari. Cheer for your friends, audience. Bharat Paul. Thank you, sir. I request the dignitaries to keep standing for the distribution of the awards. Now is the moment to acknowledge excellence. We celebrate the top achievers of the class of 2024. I request our guest of honor, Mr. Kulvinder Singh, to do the honors for the silver medal. The silver medal and a cash prize of rupees 10,000 for the batch of 2024 goes to Nidhi Agarwal. Congratulations. Keep cheering, guys. And now, for the most prestigious award, the NJY Gold Medal. May I request Mr. Robin Banerjee to do the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely proud and delighted to announce that the gold medal and the cash prize of rupees 20,000 on securing the first rank in the PGPM class of 2024 goes to... Any guesses in the audience? The audience has come well prepared. And congratulations to Sugandh Gupta! Keep cheering! Let's give a huge round of applause for Sugandh Gupta on securing the first rank in PGPM. We also have a special prize for the best all-rounder girl student of class of 2024. It is a cash prize of rupees 5,000 sponsored by Mr. S.J.R. Kutty, the Chief Sustainability Officer of Tata Motors. It is in the memory of his mother, the late Srimati Chandrika Kutty. The selection of this prize has been based on the following parameters: attendance, club and non-club activities, their achievements and contribution to the institute, and personal interview by 3 independent judges. And the winner is... Congratulations, Vaishnavi Shukla! तालियां रुकनी नहीं चाहिए, audience. Let's have a huge round of applause for all the winners. Thank you, dignitaries, for doing the honors. We request you to take your seats.
As a mark of our appreciation, I now request Jyoti Madam to present a memento to our chief guest, Mr. Robin Banerjee. Thank you, ma'am. I request Professor Soumitra Samadar to present a memento to our guest of honor, Mr. Kulvinder Singh. Thank you, sir. We now request Colonel Ram Gopal to propose a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know the stomach is hungry, and the one man who stands between you and your lunch is me. It gives me immense pleasure to stand before you to express few words of gratitude to all those who have contributed towards making this event a wonderful and awesome one. An event of this magnitude definitely needs detailed planning, fine-tuned coordination, full-time involvement, and perfect understanding and functioning with synergy and cooperation. Before I acknowledge the architects of this function, I would like to express my sincere and deep gratitude to Mr. Robin Banerjee for having acceded to a request to come all the way from Mumbai and be part of this convocation ceremony today. Your applause tells me that his visit was worth it, and you learned enough and good advice from him. Just to recap a point or two which he has said, I think I will mention this much, that hard skills alone won't work. Otherwise, soft skills will kill you. So you need to be a soft skill expert as well as a hard skill expert to be successful in life. Not only in profession, but also in your personal life. He also mentioned about importance of impression. I think unless and until you impress a person, you cannot go further ahead in life. So remember, the ABCDs, which includes importance of impression, a very much part and parcel of your daily lives. And impressions last. So therefore, it's very important for you to understand this at this stage of life. It's never late to learn ABCD. That's what he said. What I mean is, learning never stops. Whether it's ABCD or EFGH, it doesn't matter. But ABCDs, in whatever form they are, they're important to all of us. I would like to add one more letter to that ABCD. It's L, likability. I think you must develop a personality of likability. If people like you, your subordinates will follow you. So I think that's a very important part of your management skill. There are many things he said. I will not repeat all of them. I think if you remember these three, I think it will be adequate for you to step ahead with successfully in life. Thank you very much, sir. You have really motivated all of our students and also motivated us too in putting forth your ideas in such a lucid and an understandable manner. I would also like to express my immense gratitude to Mr. Kulvinder Singh, and we have a deep association without knowing each other. He belongs to MIT School of Business, and I started my career in MIT School of Business. I belong to an armed forces family and he too belongs to an armed forces family. I have an affiliation with the Indian Air Force and he is from Indian Air Force. His father is from Indian Air Force. So that's what I said. Without knowing him, we had a deep association within. What he said is, I think, is very, very significant. I think if you remember that failure is not a person, but it's an event. A person never fails, only events fail. If you keep that in the back of your mind, you will come up like the way he did. Thank you so much for being here today. And it's such a simplistic manner, you are able to put forth your wonderful ideas to our audience. I think it's a lesson for all of us to learn that simplicity is more important than content. This awesome event has been driven by two principal architects, Dr. Girish Kulkarni and ably assisted by Professor Reddy. I think they deserve a big round of applause. They have spent immense time putting together this meticulous event with meticulous precision, and without the support of the entire team of IBS, it would not have been possible to make this happen. I cannot take out the names of the rest of the team, but I would definitely acknowledge from where all they came from. I would like to thank staff from admin. They are in the order of, not in terms of contribution, from ground floor to top floor. So there is no partiality here. Admin department, AMC, placement cell, SSD, accounts, systems, library, soft skills team, examination department, and of course the academic team. If all of them had not joined hands together, this event would not have been so eventful and successful. But the real force and that was active behind this wonderful lot is, of course, the young, vibrant student volunteers who made this happen. So my thanks to my student volunteers also for making this a wonderful event. I would also like to express my deep and sincere gratitude to parents and relations and friends who have joined us today to make this function, in August, an important one. And something I am forgetting, I think. Whom did I forget to acknowledge? Anyone? Of course, the batch of 2024. I want a little louder applause. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah. So my most sincere thanks to the class of 2024 who gave us a little tension in the beginning of this event by coming a little late. Okay, I thought probably you are skipping this like you skipped my classes. So it's time to fly. You are now released from the shackles of all academic burdens and you are ready to fly. I will only end it saying this much, that life's battles are not always won by the fastest and the strongest man. Life's battles are not always won by the fastest and the strongest man. He who wins is the one who thinks he can. This, my young friends, is the theme of today's convocation. So as you go out, just because you fail in one, do not look back and look down. Look ahead and walk ahead. Thank you. God bless, Godspeed, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I request Jyoti Madam to declare the convocation closed.
I declare the Convocation 2024 closed.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly rise for the national anthem.
सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Everyone, please be seated. As we bid farewell to the familiar and comfortable, we embrace a new chapter in our journey. Today, we part ways, but tomorrow, we reunite as proud alumni. And memories of this phase will forever be etched in our hearts, and we eagerly anticipate the adventures that lie ahead. लोग आते हैं, जाते हैं, हर जगह नई यादें बनाते हैं. आज आप भी हमें यादों के संग छोड़ जाएंगे. यही शुभकामनाएं हैं हमारी, ना रहे कोई ख्वाहिश अधूरी तुम्हारी. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to rise and to remain standing till the convocation procession leaves the hall.
गाए जा ये जिंदगी है कौम की तू कौम पे लुटाए जा कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा खुशी के गीत गाए जा ये जिंदगी है कौम की तू कौम पे लुटाए जा मरने से फिर भी तू न डर उड़ा के दुश्मनों का सर जो वतन बढ़ाए जा तू शेर हिंद आगे बढ़ मरने से फिर भी तू न डर उड़ा के दुश्मनों का सर जो वतन बढ़ाए जा कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा खुशी के
All the guests.
गाए जा ये जिंदगी है कौम की तू कौम पे लुटाए जा
All the guests, faculty members and staff are requested to proceed for lunch on the first floor. Kind attention, all the graduating students and parents are requested to exit from their left. The students must submit their dummy certificates and collect their certificates and yearbook from their respective registration counters. Lunch for all the graduating students and parents is arranged in the lobby area on the ground floor. The outgoing batch are welcome to stay back and proceed towards the stage for group photographs. Good luck and goodbye!